This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 911, Decembers and Dragons. Enjoy.
And I promised Tanis earlier that we'd give him something that was going to be super fun, and so far the biggest thing I'm offering him is a 32k damage hit, which is fun, but these two are the big numbers. The Halberd and the two-hand. These specs were not changed overly much. They removed the cooldown from the Halberd. It was powerful before, and remember we talked about these when EUFs came out and we were talking about various melee special options, and the Halberd was something where we're like, yeah, this hits like a truck, this is great. They kept the damage on it pretty similar, so it costs 30% adrenaline, you do 240% damage, so again, 5% more adrenaline, 10% less damage, but it hits up to 9 targets, centered in a 3x3 on the tile in front of you. It hits twice, so it won't hit cap, and it will just generally anything in front of you, or one square to your left or right, should just die when you use this, right? It should do 10 to 12,000 damage on an average melee setup without a ton of buffs. It should hit pretty hard.
I'm hearing Slayer.
You're hearing Slayer.
Badass.
You're hearing badass. You think that's badass? All right, quick reminder. That's 240% in a 3x3. The two-hand, it costs 20% more adrenaline. It costs 50% adrenaline. This is my favorite of the updates for any of these. They do not say this on the tooltip, but the range of this is doubled by having a double ranged weapon on. So if you have a halberd ranged weapon on when you use... So you have to have an essence of finality for this. You have to use... But if you use a scythe or an enhanced crystal halberd or anything with this, or a dragon rider lance, Masuda's war spear, any of those, Lania Chaos spear, it hits in a 7x7. Everything within 4 tiles of you gets hit by this special attack. It costs 50% adrenaline. It does 290% ability damage. If you use this thing with an overload, tier 95 prayers, and the berserk ability active, I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed to hit cap. I don't think it cannot hit cap. I think the lowest value that it can hit is still above the hit cap. This thing can hit an entire room for 10 to 12,000 damage.
Okay, so that's gonna be my new toy for 120 Slayer with the fresh start. Okay.
I went and tried it out in the Fremenic Slayer cave. The thing has died. Everything just died.
And that wasn't...
everything within 4 tiles of me immediately died.
And was that EOF'd or not?
It was EOF'd. I was using it with a scythe, because again, if it's not EOF'd, it only hits in a 5x5, because the Dragon two-hand actually only has the 1 square melee range. So you do have to have an EOF to use this. I mean, you can use it, it still hits everything within 2 tiles of you. It's still large. But if you want to get the full room clear out of it, you do need to... I would advise firing it out of a scythe. And that's the comparison.
That's just hilarious.
That's awesome.
It's huge, and it does so much damage. It's so fun. Now again, quick reminder that's in Berserk, so I'm kind of fudging the numbers a little bit because you have to use Berserk. So I did this out of you have the thing already that decreases your ultimate cost by 10% because you got your Ring of Vigor. I use 110% adrenaline, and then I used an adrenaline potion to use the special. So I did Berserk, Adren Pot, and then Spec. To get the Spec off a couple times to actually do this.
So but, it requires some work, but it's definitely within the realm of possibility for Slayer. And
even base adrenaline potions, you don't have to have supers for this. I don't even know that you need any, because you've got 20 seconds of Berserk to work with. You just do have to Berserk and then build adrenaline up.
I wonder how this would go with Legacy. And I mean... That's
the other thing. You could use it in Legacy or outside of Berserk, and it'll still hit 7-8k on everything in the room. That 290%, if you've got your aura on and your prayers and your overload, that 290% becomes, multiplied by 2,000, and then, that becomes, a good 7-8k on average.
Yeah,
it's not too shabby.
And I mean, the problem with Melee and Legacy is that you lose the AOE utility that Magic has by default in Legacy with the Ancients and
Melee
whatnot.
too,
yeah.
So,
this is hit.
But this hits.
Yeah, Revolution Melee Slayer bars are easy enough to set up. With that, you'll probably want to activate, like you said, Berserk.
Well, the other thing about special attacks is that they cannot be activated by revolution,
Yeah.
you have to hit the big damage button. But if that's the only button you're hitting, I mean, just press the nuke button, everything dies. That's still fun. I don't know. That's the
Press the button for that. I got a big button, and my button works.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some politician somewhere that were comparing the sizes of their
Uh-huh.
red buttons or something? I forget who those two were.
Oh, no, you don't.
No, I don't. I literally forget. Anyways, you can tell me later.
That was a little... Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I also should have mentioned at the start of this discussion, the spammables for the other combat styles. The Guthix or Zamorak staff special attacks cost 25% and do 220% damage. All of the melee single target attacks hit better than that. So melee is given different sets of buffs to go with the different styles, so these are not comparing apples to apples. But it is, in terms of being in line with things, it's the same. It's a very similar adrenaline cost per damage cost to both the Dark Bow and the Guthix staff. So I think Sponge did a great job balancing these.
You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.